Trading is a business. Trading is a business. So listen to this video so I'll make you understand what trading is, and you cannot compare trading to gambling. And the next time you engage in a conversation about trading, you would not sound uneducated, foolish, absurd, dumb, stupid, fully dunce, like an idiot, lacking education, because here say, who say, they say, that say. Okay? You will have enough information to understand what trading is, how the industry operates, how it works. Nice, and you would not compare it to gambling and think it's a 50-50 random thing. Nice. So listen to the end of this video and you'll understand. So remember, trading is a business. Trading is a what? It's a business. If you treat it like one, it will pay you like one. Trading is a what? It's a business. It is not gambling. It is not like the lottery, cash pot, playway, pick 4, pick 2. It is not like that. It is not like playway, betting 1 or 2 number between 1 and 36 and hoping that it come. It is not like you can go down to a rigged casino and press some buttons and just pull some levers or roll some dice. Nice. It is not like that. Trading is like chess, like checkers, like, you know, in Trinidad, what do you call it? Chess, draft, whatever. It's like that. Now, if you are playing draft with somebody, you and the other person is sitting, he have his nubs, you have your nubs. Both of you have to make some moves. Move left, move right. He got to do the same thing. Move left, move right. If you slip, he hits you. Nice. So you got to concentrate on his moves, and then you got to counteract his moves if you want to be the winner of that game. Nice. But it's just you and him. There is no rig system in there. There is no nothing in there. Now, understand trading. A participant, a person, a trader has 2 actions: buy or sell. Buy or sell. There is somebody on the other side of the fence, buy or sell. They are the market makers who are making the markets up. Nice? So I'm drawing this analogy for you as you sitting playing chess, checkers, draft with somebody. You and that person alone. Have you ever compared draft to be gambling? Have you ever compared draft to be gambling? Never compare draft to be gambling, right? It's you and this person is sitting, you all have these nubs, and you gotta use calculated moves. You gotta check, you gotta watch, you gotta analyze, you gotta observe, and you gotta make the best moves and the best decisions to play the game. And now and then, you have no other choice but to get eat sometimes. Sometimes you might even watch, pay attention, you get huffing or eating. Right? Sometimes, you know, you make a bad move, you get 3 of your nubs eaten. So you always have to assess and analyze what is your next step. How are you going to make the next move? You know, look at the person, look at what the person is doing on the other side with their nubs. Look at the moves that they're making. How could you position yourself to jam them in a corner or to take the opportunity in a proactive way to eat them, to win the game? When you're trading, buy, sell. The market makers, the people who create all the trading environments, they are making certain moves. We have the education now, the knowledge, the wisdom. We are in their head. We have the information of how they create the trading environments. And we are now looking at those moves and observing those moves. We have 2 indicators, our eyes and our understanding. We got to watch, observe, and then we got to, boom, make our moves, position ourselves. 2 transactions, buy or sell. Nice. And that's how we are making our moves, like chess, like checkers, like draft. Only 2 actions a trader have. You can either buy or sell. You have to have the education and the knowledge about the people on the other side of the fence, as the other player on the other side of you, and look at how he's making his moves, and you have to now counteract those moves and you have to now be able to trade in line with the banks, with the market makers, with the brokers, with the big players, so you can make your money. There ain't no 50-50 to that. There's no guessing and gambling to that. Nice? And when it comes to risk, when it comes to losing, you got to lose a little one or two trades sometimes. You're going to lose one or two nubs. Sometimes to win the game and to become king, you must feed the opponent. You must feed the opponent a nub and catch him, destroy him. Yeah? Everything we give in the market is just temporary. We're coming back for it much more. Understand, this is not guessing, this is not gambling, this is not a 50-50 thing. It's like you're playing chess. You have never looked at chess. If you ever played chess before, or draft, or checkers, or you have never looked at none of those things. That game, that board game, as gambling. That's exactly what trading is like in reality. So don't ever compare trading to gambling. Don't ever count trading as 50-50 or it's just random. Trust me, it ain't just random. The forex market is rigged. And thank God it's rigged. You know why? Because if it wasn't rigged in that type of frequency and sequence that it's rigged in, we would have never been able to trade the way we trade and make the kind of money we make. If it was just randomly supply and demand, how much you want the euro, how much you want the pound, how much you want the US, we'd have never been able to have that type of sequence and volatility and frequency and volatility. Period. Never. It would have been unknown. Nobody knows when, how, what time. But because the market makers, the professional traders, use the bank's liquidity provider shares, now we don't need people to be buying and selling all over the world for the market to be fluctuating. We could just take the money and we could just use the liquidity provider shares and just create a trading market. That's what they call market makers for. They just take the whole pool of money from the banks and then they just making the markets up. So all the rest of transactions going on all over the world ain't got nothing to do with what's happening there right now in real time. They could manipulate you and make you feel, well, what's going on in the economy is a real reflection of what's happening on the charts. But in reality, that is not happening. They're using the bank's money, they're making the markets up. So because we have the knowledge of how they make it up and trap all the dumb money, the retail traders who go there and scalp and day trade and try to do all kind of craziness, we can now trade in line with them and make good money. So we say thank God for it being rigged. People say it and say, it sounds like a bad thing. It sounds like such a bad, horrible thing. Oh my God, the market is rigged. I cannot win here. If it's rigged, it's not rigged like a casino. A casino is rigged out of your favor and there's no way you could actually go and win the casino. Yeah? You can come in here in a rigged industry, understand how it's rigged, learn how it's rigged. The market will have a mind of its own. Learn how it's rigged. Put yourself in their shoes and know the next move. Know where price is headed. Because they have to make price up a certain way to get what they're looking to achieve and to balance their book and to make profits. And that's happening as a frequency and a sequence of volatility on markets all the time in every asset class. Learn something. Stop sounding like a fool. You all know I'm passionate about trading. Don't talk nothing bad about trading around me because I got